Hi, my name is Catherine. I'm a certified Pilates instructor, and today we are going to do a core-focused mat Pilates flow. So all you'll need is yourself and a mat. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to start seated long ways on our mat. Go ahead and extend those legs ahead of you. Make sure you have space behind you because we're going to be rolling down. Reach the arms out in front. Retract those shoulder blades. Gaze is ahead. As you exhale, start to scoop those lower abdominals as you roll down, making that C shape with your spine. Gaze stays ahead until it has to finally lower. We circle the arms up, gentle nod of the chin, scoop again through those abdominals, keep that forward flexion. Once your shoulders are above the hips, then we articulate back to neutral. Let's try that again. You can separate the legs if you feel that gives you a little more stability. Now let's go ahead and articulate back up, seated nice and tall. Now we're gonna exhale and do a slight twist to the left from the ribs. So your arms are reaching towards the left corner of your room. Exhale and come into that half roll down now, more of that C curve. Once you have gone down as far as you're able, shift your arms through to center, over to the other side, and articulate back up. Once your shoulders are above the hips, we come back to center. It's that around the world motion. Get that nice movement in the spine. Let's do that one more time on the left side. Now let's keep the arms reaching to the right. We're going to do that same thing on the other side now. So arms reaching to the right, exhale as you start that half roll down. Come through to center, to the left, and articulate back up. Come back to center, 2 more times on that right side. Last time here. Come back to center. You can lower the arms for a moment or keep them reaching long. We're going to bend the knees now and place the hands at your hamstrings, all right? So just behind your legs. And now we're going to come into that C curve. So as you exhale, let's start to roll back, hollow out those abdominals, make that C shape with your spine. We still want to keep that chest proud and the shoulders from rounding forward. Now let's float those legs into a strong tabletop. If you feel stable, arms can reach ahead. Otherwise, keep them supported. Now we're going to extend the right leg, bend it, and switch. We're focusing on getting stronger with that teaser, just extending one leg at a time. If holding this tabletop position is too much for you, you can keep one foot planted on the floor. Now let's keep that right leg extended. Can you extend the left leg? Hold it there. Lift up through that chest. Extend the arms out ahead of you. Slight tuck of the tailbone here. You're holding that teaser. Lift the right arm, lower, and lift the left arm. Alternating those arm lifts. Feel that intensity in your upper abs and obliques. Progression option, you lift both arms and lower. Keep those legs still and strong. 2 more like this. Hold it there. Now bend the knees and shift yourself back up to seated. Restack that spine. I'm going to scooch up a little bit. We're prepping for rolling like a ball. So again, make sure you have enough space behind you. Hands are going to go at the shins now. Bend the knees closer in and bring them towards your chest. We're going to start in that flexion of the spine. So your gaze is towards your navel and we're rounding that spine. Elbows are bent and wide. Float the feet up to a hover. You're balancing on those sit bones here. Hold this ball shape with your body. And inhale, roll back onto the shoulder blades and lift back up to that hover. So feet do not touch that mat. Move with control and intention rather than momentum here. Now if it feels better for you to restack that spine, still holding that hover, you can do that. And then round the spine as you come into that rolling like a ball. Got 2 more like this. Now hold the starting position. Teaser hold, extend the arms, bend the knees, return to that rolling like a ball. Once you're stable in that hover, then you lift up into that teaser. Bend, inhale, roll back. Exhale, lift up. Extend the arms and legs. 2 more times here. Last one here. Now hold this teaser. Keep the arms reaching ahead. Let's draw those shoulders down and away from the ears. Only the legs lower and lift. So the key here is we want to keep that upper body still. It is easier said than done, but really try to be mindful of it. Practice makes progress. Last 2. 1. Hold that teaser. Bend the knees, hands on your shins, and lower the feet. Articulate back up to a neutral spine. All right, let's come down onto our backs now in that supine position. So let's extend the legs ahead of us again, reach the arms out ahead, and let's come into that roll down. Exhale, we roll down, roll with intention here. Circle the arms up and lower them all the way down. All right, bend the knees. I'm just gonna scooch up a little bit and let's float those legs into tabletop. All right, so knees are above the hips, your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Mine always tend to wanna go up. So if you have a mirror nearby or your camera, go ahead and just use that to help you with form. Hands are gonna go behind your head, elbows wide for that chest lift. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl up and forward and articulate back down. Keep those legs glued together and move in what range of motion feels best for you. I have shoulder tightness, so I'm usually not able to find as much forward flexion in this position. But if you're able to, really try to reach up and forward and lift the base of those shoulder blades up and off of your mat. Last one here. Hold this chest lift. Time for some toe taps. We dip the toes down and lift them back up. Modification, you can lower the head and chest down. Come back to tabletop and lower the upper body. Release your arms long at your sides. Let's extend those legs up to 90. Give the feet a little point and flex. Bend those knees back into tabletop. Hold that tabletop position. Feel that core turn on just by holding this position. Now we're going to keep the legs glued together and drop the knees over to the left. Come back to center and shift them over to the right. Feel those obliques working. Now, even though we're working on the abdominals right now, keep those arms long at your sides and press your palms firmly into that mat. Feel those triceps turn on. One more on each side. Come back to center. Time for that single leg stretch. Let's reach the arms up to 90. Exhale, curl up and forward. Arms are reaching at your sides. Now we're going to extend the left leg as you hold onto that right tabletop leg and switch. Again, if you need to modify, you can stay in that supine position on your back and just bend and stretch the legs. Feel those lower abs now. One more on each side. Bend both knees into your chest and lower the upper body down. Give those legs a little sway. All right, let's come back to center. Keep your arms long at your sides. Extend the legs up to 90. We're gonna find that Pilates V. Heels together, toes apart. Inhale, lower the legs down. Exhale, lift them back up. Lower your legs down to 45 here. Hold it there. Time for frog. We bend the knees and extend the legs. Heels stay glued together. You're stopping right when your knees are above your hips. So you can place your palms on your hips. When your thighs tap your palms, that's your cue to send the legs away. Now we're going to extend the legs long, separate the heels, click the heels together 2 times and sweep them away. Heel beats, click, click, brush away. Staying in that neutral spine or imprinted position with your back if you're unable to keep neutral. Click, click, separate the legs, feel those inner thighs. Last one, reconnect those heels. Bend the knees into that frog, separate the heels. We're going to circle the legs out, around, and ahead. It's that swimming frog motion. Heels reconnect as you bend the knees to pull it in. One more time, and then we're going to reverse. All right, so bend those knees. Extend the legs, separate the heels, bend the knees, and sweep those heels back together. Embrace that shake. 2 more like this. Send those legs long, float them up to 90. Come back to parallel, bend the knees, and give them a hug. Little sway from side to side. All right, let's lower the feet down onto the mat. Extend the left leg long. Just gonna scooch back a bit. Right leg's going to come into tabletop. Extend it up to 90 for single leg circle. Draw circles in one direction with that leg that's reaching up. You can start smaller here and then gradually make the circles larger. This is a great hip mobility exercise. If you want to focus more on that stability of the opposite hip, you may need to keep those circles smaller. Let's reverse the direction of those circles. Last one here. Reach that leg up to 90. Now flex the foot. We lower that foot down to a diagonal. Point the foot as you bend the knee in and send the leg up. Develop haze. Flex on the down, point on the in. Keep it pointed as you extend it back up. Now bend that knee in, keep it pointed. We reach it out long, flex the foot as you brush it up, point the foot as you bend the knee in. Just reversing the direction while we get that nice ankle articulation. One more here. Send that leg up to 90, bend that knee, and lower that foot down. Let's extend that leg long. Float the left leg now into tabletop or whichever leg you were not working before, and extend that leg up to 90. Keep those hips square and start to draw those circles. If hip stability is a focus for you right now, you can have your hands on your hips, and if you notice those hips are rocking and rolling, then just reduce the range of motion and the size of those circles. Let's reverse our circles now, other direction. I'm going to place my hands on my hips, focus a little more on that stability. Now I'm going to make those circles a bit larger, just get that nice mobility in that area. Send that leg up to 90. Flex the foot, we lower it down, point the foot as you bend the knee, extend it up. Returning to those developes. 2 more like this, and then we'll reverse. All right, now that knee is bent, foot is pointed. We extend it out long, flex the foot as you pull it up, point the foot as you bend the knee, and continue with that motion. Nice fluid motion here once you get the hang of it. Last one here. Send that leg up to 90, point the foot, bend the knee, and lower it down. You can extend that leg long, bend the knees, give them a little windshield wipe from side to side. We're going to finish with scissors. So float those legs back into that strong tabletop. Hold it there. We extend the legs up to 90, lower the right leg down to 45, lift it back up, and switch. Knees can be soft if your hamstrings are feeling tight today. The lower your leg drops down, the more intensity you're going to find on those lower abdominals. Make sure you don't feel any pulls or discomfort in your lower back here. That's where you want to find that imprinted position. We're going to move into helicopter now. So we're going to scissor, scissor, hold the scissor position, and then circle the legs out and around. So imagine like your legs are hands on a clock. One leg is at 12, the other is at 6. We scissor, scissor, move around that imaginary clock, now opposite times that each foot is at. Continue with that hip mobility, coordination, and firing through those lower abs. Let's do that 2 more times. Helicopter, send that leg up to 90, and bend the knee. Go ahead and give them a hug, little rock. You can lower the feet down if you need a moment. Get a nice low back stretch. Okay, we're gonna move into that full teaser to finish. So extend those legs long on the mat. Send the arms up to 90. Draw those ribs in and down, retract those shoulder blades. Take that inhale to prepare. As you exhale, we circle the arms as you teaser up, lift those legs up. Reach those hands towards your toes. Can you lift the arms and legs just a little higher? Hold it there. Bend the knees and come up to seated. Great job. I hope you enjoyed that workout. I know I was definitely feeling it in my core. Also love it for getting a good stretch, especially in those hips. So if you did like this video, this workout, please give it a like and feel free to subscribe for more Pilates content. See you soon. All right, and that is our core flow for today. I hope you enjoy. All right, and that is our core flow. All right, and that is our core mat flow today. I hope that you enjoyed this workout. I know I was definitely feeling it in my core. Love it for also getting a good stretch and some movement in the hips. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a like. You can subscribe for more content, and I will see you next time.